Welcome to an introduction to the new Corti Assistant and all the new great functionality available. I'm going to start by signing in. Okay, now we've signed in. Once I've signed in, I have the ability to record a session. So I'm going to start by setting that up. I'm going to start recording. There we go. Now, as the conversation is happening in the background, we can see this transcript coming in. So this is completely live. In addition, the transcript is being analyzed for facts that are then being extracted and displayed. This is part of what we're calling context in the new Corti Assistant. This is what we believe puts the healthcare professional back in control by starting with extracting all the facts from the session, allowing those to be edited and modified, and then from there generating any clinical documents that are needed. So here again, we're seeing the conversation come in. We're seeing that it's being analyzed for facts. I'm just going to let it run for a minute here. I believe that we're done. I'm going to click stop. And where we're going to see that the name of the session has been populated, all the facts have been extracted. We also, in the new Corti Assistant, have the ability to resume a session. So this can be done, anytime after the initial recording. So this could be immediately when moving from room to room, or this could be the next day, or whenever it makes sense. So I'm going to resume here, and I'm going to continue the conversation. When I do this, we're going to see the transcript being further populated. And once we're finally done, we'll see the facts or the context having been updated. So I'll just give this a minute to run. Now that the conversation is done, we'll stop our recording. We'll see that the facts have been updated. And we have a little guide here that also describes how you work with the facts. You can choose to add additional facts on your own, or you can choose to hide some of the facts if you don't feel that they're relevant. So first off, I'm going to try to generate a document from these facts. We'll do a SOAP note to start with. In addition to the SOAP note, I may want a patient summary. So I'm going to generate that as well. Once that's done, I remembered that I forgot I actually know the name of the patient. So I'm going to add my own name or my own note here, which is that the patient name is Sarah. There we go. So I'm going to add that in there. What we now see is a little indicator that the different clinical documents are outdated, and now I can choose to update them with the new facts. So I'm updating the SOAP note, and then I'll update the patient summary. And as we'll see here, I added in a new fact, which was the patient's name, and we can see that is now being used in the patient summary and in the SOAP note. In addition, we also have the chat available, which will work on the current document. We can ask it to do different things to analyze the content or to modify the content. So for example, here we can see the subjective is in a paragraph form, in a long form. Maybe I want that as bullets. So I could ask it to change subjective to bullet points. It will look at the document, generate bullet points instead, and I can now update it with those. I'm also able to change the name of a session. I can do that in the title itself, or if I go over in the menu, I have three dots. I can click on those, will allow me to rename it. In addition, there's some new functionality that allows me to either archive, which will hide the session under settings and allow me to recover or completely delete it, or I can immediately permanently delete a session, which cannot be recovered. We can try to archive this session. We can go under settings. I can click on archive. and then I can recover or delete. As mentioned, I'll recover it, and we can see that my session is now back again. So that was a brief overview of the new functionality in the new Corti Assistant. In addition to the functionality within the app itself, Corti Assistant is now also available on Android and iOS. In addition to iOS, it's also available on the Apple Watch app as something quite unique. This allows you to, when you have the Apple Watch app installed, you can now take your Apple Watch around with you and record ambient sessions on the go. That was now a complete walkthrough of everything available. Thank you very much.